Right, quite a bit of time has passed since the last update. It's 5th of March, and quite a lot of things have changed. First of all, you might be noticing a lot more light in the aquarium. Well, or maybe not, the camera might be compensating. But basically what I have done is I've doubled the number of radions, as you can see. And the corals have been responding extremely well. Stock-wise, also there have been quite a few changes. Fish have come, fish have gone. Yeah, a lot going on. I mean, there's no point in trying to list all of the changes. I'll just give you a current stock list, so to speak. So we still have the rabbitfish and the 2 tangs. There they are. Still have the pair of clowns. Now they're being complemented by 2 yellow wrasse and a blue damsel, which is in the process of getting 2 more. Yeah, there he is. 2 more companions. The shop, for some reason, isn't getting them in, but yeah, we'll see. Notice this sponge here in the middle. Well, nothing too much to say. And as you might notice, the anemone has changed. I got rid of the other one because the clowns were roughing it up something real bad. And so, well, I simply had to get rid of it before they killed it. This one has has longer tentacles, is bigger, although now is a bit deflated. It's digesting a meal I've just given it this morning, so it's a bit yeah, deflated, but it is actually a lot bigger than it looks right now. And yeah, the clowns have taken to it almost immediately, and they do seem to be a lot more delicate with it. They're not sort of shoving their faces into it, so yeah. On the invertebrate side, I've only got 2 cleaner shrimps left, which, well, I got nowhere to zoom because they're not around, basically. And I started collecting acroporas. There's one. There's another one sticking there to the side. That is currently brown. I've actually put it in the tank just yesterday, and the polyps are nicely extended, and also I'm really pleased with that. It should become quite a bright blue once it adjusts and starts taking the light in. Then we've got this one here in the middle, the long one, which is also a recent addition. And yeah, just this morning started noticing the first growths, so that settled in and started growing too. This one you've probably already seen. Yeah, I mean, you've probably already seen it, and yeah, it's growing nicely, slowly, but well. This one here, let's see if you can zoom any closer. Yeah, this one here. This is a really slow grower. It has taken me ages to notice any growth, but yep, that started growing too, so I'm really happy. And oh, piss off. Okay, this one here, can't say I noticed much growth, but it is starting to extend over the base at the bottom, and the polyps are open, and seems to be fairly happy. So that's pretty much it. On this side here, you might notice the corals have been growing quite a lot. Now, a recent addition to this aquarium have been 15 hermit crabs. As you can see, the sand is quite in a bad way. There's quite a bad infestation of cyanobacteria and flatworms. It's getting better. trust me, you don't want to see the pictures I've taken while the infestation was in full blow. But yeah, it's getting better, and the hermits have been helping with that. Unfortunately, this Monty here had a lot more branches before the crabs were added. A couple of crabs got in there, got stuck, and snapped a few branches off. As you can see, the branches are quite thin, so that wasn't at all difficult. But it's been growing quickly, and that shouldn't be a big issue. I'm just a bit annoyed of it, but there they are in my makeshift frag tank, the bits that come off. So yeah, I have recently acquired a Derasa clam for the clam tank, which is there together with the Maxima clam. Yes, the tank is really filthy. I am not looking after this tank properly, so to speak. It's all algae, it's not really filth, so it's not toxic or anything. It is basically stabilising. It is sharing a sump with the bigger tank here, so they are plumbed in together. But yeah, I'm not really looking after this as it should. It looks horrible, but it is quite healthy. I mean, you can see the Gorgonian here, all the polyps are wide open. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit nasty to look at, but quite healthy. That's mostly because there's hardly any cleanup crew in here. I still have to, well, pretty much have to get it sorted. But yeah, I mean, as I said, again, it looks horrible. Yeah, I'm just using it to keep the clams in there, and I'll eventually get round to sorting it out. But I'm planning to get a third clam for this tank, a squamosa, and a third Gorgonian, but not one that's photosynthetic like this one. I'm feeding live rotifers and phyto anyway for the clams and for the corals, so the non-photosynthetic Gorgonian should be more than fine. And as a last thing, just have a look at how much this one has grown. It's become, well, I was about to say massive, but I mean, I've seen larger corals in other tanks, but considering its age, it's not even a year old, possibly 9 months. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. It's still growing. We've got one frag in on the rack in the other tank, so yeah. Not much else to say really, apart from maybe the Montipora forest I'm building here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the moment, and I'll be adding another couple of frags in there. Montiporas of different colours, all branching Monties, and they should make a nice colourful effect, all of different colours as I said. Once they start growing properly and intertwining with each other, that should be interesting to see. And they should create an interesting refuge for the fish. So yeah, but yeah, that's about it really. Planning to get more scissor-tailed dogfish. Ah yes, in the list of fish I didn't mention it. I still got a scissor-tailed dogfish. It's not showing itself for the moment. It usually comes out a bit later when the lights start getting a bit dimmer. And I was planning to get another 3 of them just to make a small shoal. Ooh, there he is. Just spotted a snail there moving around. As you can see, it's fairly thick with sand and flatworms, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, so it's maturing. It's kind of stabilising. I have to find its own balance, but it's getting there. Definitely getting there. The important thing is that the corals are happy. They're growing. I've even started noticing growth from this orange plating Monty, which until recently was a very slow grower, and now decided, okay, let's stop growing. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it is still a very, very young tank, even if it's almost a year old. So I'm really pleased of how far I've gotten here, especially considering the setbacks that I've had. But, well, there it is.